Summer has turned to fall, and the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series has arrived at Kawartha Speedway for the final race of the 2012 season. We'll look for our final winner and our champion for the year.
The 2012 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series has been a road well-traveled for the 60 drivers that have piloted these powerful, ground-pounding stock cars across this great country. Fans from the ovals in the east to the Maritimes to the western supporters have cheered on their heroes and have witnessed a great battle for the 2012 championship. From Kennington's momentous 5-race win streak to Fitzpatrick and Rangers' road course wars, the final chapter for the challenge ends here. One driver goes home the champion. This is the 12th and final event of the 2012 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, presented by Mobil 1. From Kawartha Speedway in Fraserville, Ontario, we bring you the Pinty's 250. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Dave Bradley, along with veteran racer Billy Rouse Jr. and Todd Lewis's trackside. And Billy, Kawartha always plays host to the finale, and they always put on a great party.
Oh, this is a neat racetrack, Dave. Set right in the middle of a horse race track. It's got lots of room and width, and it's got some banking. What's that give us, Dave? Gives us side-by-side action, and we see lots of that here when they come to Kawartha. Later on in the race, that outside groove will come in. It'll be the place to be, I'll tell you that. But the other good thing about Kawartha, we've seen in the past, first-time winners right here at Kawartha Speedway to get their first victory in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
Another thing, too, we're going to be watching because it is the finale. There is no tomorrow as far as the points race goes, and it's been DJ Kennington at the top of the heap. He's got a 23-point margin over J.R. Fitzpatrick. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it really can be made up, can't it?
Well, DJ's done a great job all year, but just take a look back to Barry. He had some trouble. That doesn't happen to the Castro kid. Those guys are prepared, but I'll tell you what, there's some guys sitting back there in the weeds want a piece of the action. Steckley, Fitzpatrick, Ranger, all chomping at the bit, hoping they get a shot at the championship. But I'm sorry to say, fellas, my vote's in. Kennington will be there at the end of the day. You guys are right on for second, third.
And, you know, you have to mention 9th place in the point standings, the number 90 of Martin Hawaii has clinched the Rookie of the Year championship for this year. DJ Kennington has not quite clinched it, so you better not have jinxed him. There still is a chance for J.R. Fitzpatrick to catch him. And with more on that, let's go down trackside to our resident number cruncher, Todd Lewis. Todd?
Well, Dave, math was never my best subject, so I've tried to simplify things. For DJ Kennington to clinch the championship, no matter what J.R. Fitzpatrick does, he has to finish 19th or better. Won't matter if JR wins, leads the most laps, or anything else. DJ will clinch his second NASCAR Canadian Tire Series championship. Another driver we're focused on and going to keep an eye on today. We've seen him in the Truck Series. We've seen him in the Nationwide Series. We've seen him in the Cup Series. We've seen him run and win in IndyCar on road courses and on oval tracks. Matt Pappas joins us for his first ever start in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. It's a Scott Steckley prepared car. I know you've worked with Scott a little bit, but how much fun has it been to get into one of these cars?
I mean, it is awesome. You know, the AW car, you know, is running really well. You know, we had a great opportunity to come over here. Scott told me that, he said, coaching is okay, but I think I got a car for you. So when? Last race of the season, so here we are, Kawartha, you know, great place, and looks like this series is, you know, really competitive, you know, 28 cars. You know, I was not expecting as many cars out here, and it's great to see that, you know, the Canadian Tire Series cars are really catching up.
Thanks for joining us today, Max. Good luck this afternoon.
Thanks a lot, and hi to all the Canadian fans. I love you all. You know, a lot of feeling for Canada. Been here many times, Toronto, Montreal, Greg Moore. So cheer up and see you maybe in Winter Circle.
Now you see why he's one of the most popular drivers ever anywhere here. Max Pappas, one to watch today here, fellas.
Thanks very much, Todd. And that car that Max is in here today, piloted by Jim White out west, comes out of the Scott Steckley stable, and it's a good piece.
It really is a good piece. White gave it a real good ride out west. Max Pappas got involved with Steckley to help him with his road course stuff. Max is known as a great teacher/coach. And in return, tonight, Max gets a shot at Kawartha Speedway in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
Well, it's been a long, long season. We've had 2 leaders in the point standings over the course of the season. We've had 4 drivers in the hunt for the championship all year long. Now let's take a look back at how we got here. The 2012 season opened up in the newly renovated Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. The charge to the front was a furious one. The number 84 team, led by driver J.R. Fitzpatrick, held off a late race challenge to take the win. Race 2 was held on the runways of the old Mirabel Airport Complex. I-Car is flat and technical. It's a circuit built for stock cars to run nose to tail and then some. Quebec native Andrew Ranger drove his GCMI Dodge to victory lane. He and Fitzpatrick would sit atop the points lead. Back at the ovals, the number 17 would unload quietly. That was the last time the 17 team would be silenced. The St. Thomas natives win made it 3 races with 3 different winners. That trend was to end. New records would be written thanks to the Kennington clan. The number 17 Castrol Dodge powered to victory lane at his home track, Delaware Speedway. The checkered flag soon waved again for DJ as he led to the wire in Vernon, BC. In Edmonton, Lady Luck was on the 35-year-old side as he drove through the smoke of a late race crash to take his 4th win in a row. In Saskatoon, the black and gold Castrol Dodge outdueled Mark Dilley to capture his 5th win in a row, a record that he shares with NASCAR legends Richie Evans and Ricky Craven. But that streak would come to an end at 5 as Andrew Ranger conquered the rain and his NASCAR competition for his 2nd win of the season at the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières. Montreal was up next, and it would not disappoint. J.R. Fitzpatrick and Andrew Ranger put on a show as they have all year on the road courses. But on this day, the number 84 Equipment Express machine of Fitzpatrick held on for his 2nd win of the season. Next up was a grueling 300-lap event at Barrie Speedway. Stephen Matthews was on the pole, and Kennington had mechanical troubles. In the end, Pete Shepard outlasted the competition and took his 3rd career NASCAR win. Race number 11 in Nova Scotia witnessed the points frontrunners contest all night long. Ranger would have his difficulties removing himself from the championship chase, while DJ Kennington would put it on cruise control through the entire 300-lap affair to record his 6th win of the 2012 season and a comfortable lead going into today's final event.
DJ, in August, you were trying to survive the 2 road courses in Quebec. You really wanted to take it back, the lead in this championship after Riverside. 1 more to go. Are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to be cautious? Or really go for the win?
You just said it all. I mean, that's what it's going to be tonight. I mean, we got to be careful, but we got to go for it. You can't change anything here. And this Castrol Edge Mahindra Tractor Dodge has been awesome all weekend. Best race team in the world. So proud of my guys, and it's up to me now to go get it done for them tonight. So let's see if we can't go make her 7.
All right. Good luck for number 2 championship.
Thanks, guys.
All right. DJ Kennington, Dave on the edge of glory.
And it really has been a wonderful season for the driver from St. Thomas, Ontario. Dominating runs on the ovals and great runs on the road courses as well.
Well, he's had a great year. 6 wins. I mean, I'm telling you what, how better can it be? But here's been the focus. To win in this new point structure, you got to run up front, lead laps, and take wins home. And the Castro kid has done exactly that all year long.
And with that, we'll let the drivers strap in and prepare for the Pinty's 250. When we return, we'll go green for the final time in 2012 here on TSN. This NASCAR program is brought to you in part by Canadian Tire. If you need it for driving, we've got it. By Mopar, authentic performance. By Super Clean, available at Canadian Tire. And by Pinty's, the official wingman of NASCAR in Canada. Beautiful overhead shot as we look down at today's field from the Pinty's wingman camera. 28 drivers are preparing for today's NASCAR Canadian Tire Series finale. And it was the 84 Equipment Express Chevy of Air Ontario's J.R. Fitzpatrick with a quick lap in qualifying.
Well, Dave, JR is the only one that's really got a shot at Kennington here tonight. And step 1 was getting the pole.
Well, J.R. Fitzpatrick only really knows one speed. That speed is flat out, and it's the 24-year-old's 4th pole of the season, turning a lap time of just under 18 seconds. Window net starting to go up. Let's set it down trackside for today's command.
Once again, we welcome from Pinty's Jill and Lori to give the words we've all been waiting for.
Drivers and chicken wing lovers, start your
All All that NASCAR horsepower coming to life for the final time in 2012.
Saw a little bit of moisture fall at the racetrack earlier on this afternoon. Beautiful blue skies overhead now, though, and we're looking for a fantastic showing here. 25 laps at Kawartha Speedway, and Billy, as you mentioned, a great track to go racing. We'll ride on board with a number of angles here today. You see Noel Dowler will ride with an onboard camera. Ray Quartermanche in the 29 will also have an onboard shot as we take a look now at the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. Still looking for his first NASCAR Canadian Tire Series win. Let's take a look at the Pizza starting grid. On pole, as we mentioned, the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Outside of the front row, two-time Series champion and defending Series champion Scott Steckley. Andrew Rangers in the 27. There is your series leader, the 17 of DJ Kennington. Pete Shepard in the 7-1 at Barrie, and Donald Chisholm drives the 89. And Mark Dilley is back in the 02 in row number 4. Ron Beauchamp Jr. is in the 60. He'll start to the outside. Larry Jackson's in the 81. Great starting spot for him, along with Jeff Lapsevich in the 23. That's row number 5. Row number 6 is Stephen Matthews in the 15, and Martin Roy in the number 90, your Rookie of the Year for this season. The 56, Howie Skinnell in row 7 alongside Jason Hathaway will start to the outside. LP Dumoulin in the 47. There is Max Pappas. Good, solid qualifying effort for the driver of the 24. Row number 9 has Derek White in the 99, and Jason White in the 21. Isabel Tremblay is in the 07. Eli Arsenault in the 03, making his first oval start. That was row 10. Row 11 has Dexter Stacey in the 55 and Ray Quartermanche Jr. in the 29. Mike Schultz is in the 11. Noel Dowler in the 5. Row number 12, and we take a look back to the next row. Hugo Vanini, number 97, and Joey McComb in the 50. Once again starting here today. The 82 is Dave Connolly, and Jared Whistle makes the trip east in the 44. That is row number 14.
Well, Dave, let's have a look at the E3 Spark Plugs race analysis. 250 laps here on this .375 oval. Last year's winner, DJ Kennington, and really nice day turned out. 18 degrees, but we are going to race into the night. Well, let's get on the radio and talk with a man who has a shot at the championship tonight, and he's starting from the pole. J.R. Fitzpatrick, Billy Rouse Jr. in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Billy.
JR, nice job with the pole position. You know, that's step 1 in chasing down Kennington tonight. How's that hot rod going to go?
Yeah, pretty cool. We've had a lot of good pole runs this year, but can only be passed at the beginning of the race, but we've been working hard trying to get this car to be good at the end of the race, and done some homework over the week, and Don, Ted, and the boys gave me a good car today, so hopefully this will be it.
Okay, JR, good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Be fun to watch that driver try and chase a championship. Would be his first for J.R. Fitzpatrick. Now let's go down pit side for the Leland lead up to the green.
A couple of stories before the final race of the season. The 22 of Scott Steckley only had a couple of practice laps before he backed it into the fence between corners 1 and 2. Canadian Tire Team did a great job to get the car repaired. He blistered a qualifying lap, got himself a front row starting spot. The 7 of Pete Shepard, a winner a couple weeks ago at Barrie, but that win came with a price. A lot of work on the body and the chassis of that car, also the motor. We'll be watching those two today.
Yeah, when that car was unloaded from Barrie, the car was all tore up. Barrie's a great racetrack, but it is tough on equipment.
It looks like we got Pappas in the 24 down pit lane. Sounds like he's reporting a broken rear axle on the A.W. Millwrights Dodge. Heartbreak for that team.
Well, we have seen that happen before on the pace laps, warming up the tires and jerk it a little bit too hard and unload one of the tires, and when it gets grip, it twists off the axle.
Well, they'll continue working, but they will miss the start as the pace car pulls in. J.R. Fitzpatrick and Scott Steckley will bunch the field coming off of turn number 4. Justin Robinson, the Pinty's Director of Marketing, will wave the green. We're underway for the final time in 2012.
Down into turn 1, side by side, everybody gets through clean. JR gets the nod off of turn 2. What he's looking for, Dave, is he needs to lead that first lap because bonus points count when you're chasing the championship.
We have to think the top 3 cars right now all chasing those championship spots. Andrew Ranger, Scott Steckley, all involved on a pretty green racetrack, I should add.
Well, the little bit of rain took some of the grip away. But right there, DJ Kennington watching things happen in front of him. He let the 7 go. Remember, the 7's not running for points. He just comes for trophies.
I talked to Kerry Mix, the car owner at the 02 earlier today. He saw Mark Dilley digging on the 17 of DJ Kennington, and Kerry was very enthusiastic about how well that car was going here.
Well, they brought that hot rod several times these ovals. Mark Dilley just doing the ovals, and every one, that car has come hot and prepared.
Battle for 9th spot. You see Larry Jackson in the 81 with a great qualifying effort. Now they're going to try and run a full season in 2013, so look for that team on every stop in the 2013 calendar.
On board with Jason Hathaway in the 3.
He's riding in 12th spot, trying to bounce back from a rough finish at Riverside. Had motor troubles there. Looking good so far. Had a decent practice earlier on today. Again, just one practice for the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. The second one was washed out because of the rain as we ride on board the 21 of Jason White, who's in 14th, trailing the Rookie of the Year for 2012, the 90 of Martin Watt. Battle for 11th spot. Stephen Matthews on the inside. The 3-car of Jason Hathaway trying to make that outside lane work. It looks like he's doing quite well in the challenger. Out there is the 11 of Mike Schultz on the inside, bunches things up.
Wow, that'll give your heart a little bit of a bump. You know, you got the guy trapped down the bottom, and then all of a sudden there's a car stopped down on the inside. Well, he wasn't stopping, he was going super slow. That just a little bit too early for that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. He's all the way back in 27th is the 11 of Mike Schultz as he went a lap down. Now look at the leaders starting to get away from this pack. The battle between the 27 of Andrew Ranger, the 22, and there is nose to tail. Oh, and we got big problems up in turn number 1.
Track is blocked.
Wow, 5 of them all stacked up in turn 1.
Did you see the 44 of Jared Whistle get almost airborne off the side of the 50 of Joey McComb, Eli Arsenault in the Circuit iCar 03. He sustained some damage, but not as bad as there. You see the 44 of Jared Whistle. Let's have another look.
Well, the replay's kind of late by now. The action's already taken place, but we got 5 of them, and the 50 just got walloped by the 03.
Yeah, the 97 of Hugo Vanini was involved. There is Joey McComb. Window net is down as he prepares to hop out, but he does no longer have a right side on that S-bar number 50, and work continues now on the 44 of Jared Whistle. Big damage to the front end, but this will give a chance for the 2014 to try and put a new rear axle in that one for Max Pappas. 10 laps in, and we're under caution. Welcome back to the Pinty's 250, the 12th and final event on the 2012 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series calendar. We're working lap 14. J.R. Fitzpatrick is your leader, and the 11 of Mike Schultz will receive the very first VTEC free pass of the day. Earlier today, though, Pinty's hosted a chicken wing eating contest, Bill.
Well, we tasted some of those wings earlier in the day, and they sure are good.
I think he could have had a shot at the win on this one. Where were you?
Well, you know, I was there watching, but, I didn't really want to stuff my face.
Well, big thanks to track owner Skip Ambrose and his staff for once again hosting us here at Kawartha Speedway. They always do it right for the season finale of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. As we prepare to ramp it back up, Sean Gibbs waves the green. We're back underway here in the Pinty's 250.
Down into turn 1, side by side, one more time. And again, the 84 right around the bottom of the hook.
And once again, the 27 of Andrew Ranger will tuck into second spot. The 22 of Scott Steckley hanging on to the inside, but getting a challenge from the 7 of Pete Shepard.
Corner.
The all-important spotter helping his driver, telling him he's on the corner, tell him he's clear. You got to have a spotter that's sharp and looking ahead of your race car.
Billy, a race like this, you got 250 laps. The racetrack is pretty green. You got a field of 28 cars. How aggressive are you going to be in this early going?
Well, race car drivers will tell you all day long they're going to coast, they're going to do this, they're going to cruise, and as soon as the green flag drops, that's out the window, we're going. But they do take a little more care in the early on. You're not going to give a guy a bumper. You get down to 10 to go, well, he's going to get a door, a fender, a roof, a window, whatever it takes to win the race.
And there's the Bowers and Wilkins, number 21 of Jason White, battling with the 47 of LP Dumoulin and the 81 of Larry Jackson. That's a dice for 14th position. Now we ride on board with White.
Oh, the 21 gives the 81 a little shot. I was just going to say, the red interior, this is pretty much a standard race car, but look at that paint job for this race. That black and white race car is sharp.
It really is sharp. Stands out on the racetrack as we take a look at another black and white race car, the 27 of Andrew Ranger, and he really has picked things up lately, running very well. The Jacobs team been working with the Steve Meehan Nationwide crew, the combination of Tim Ellis and Wayne Grubb and Randy Smith got that 27 car working pretty well.
Well, there's a lot of experience when you start rattling those names off, and you know what? The kid can drive a race car when you give him the right stuff.
I sure can. Proving it with 2 victories so far in 2012. 23 of Jeff Lapsevich sitting in 9th spot. Chris Kubion, the crew chief on that car, really has done well with that program here in 2012. He had high expectations and fell a little bit short, but, finishing the year off strong.
Well, they said it the first year they're going to run for a championship. Hiring Kuvion was step one. But the big picture, there's a young fellow out in the wings waiting to drive that race car.
And that's his son, Caden Lapsevich, who is currently running a Thunder car. Well, let's head down pit side. Todd is standing by with the driver who is out of the race. Todd?
Joe, boy, it's another frustrating run for you. I'm sorry to see you out early. What's put you behind the wall?
I don't really know what happened there. You know what? There's guys on the racetrack that really shouldn't be on the racetrack. And it's just been the story of our whole year. It's just really frustrating. We wrecked another good race car. And it really hurts a team like us because, this could be it for us. So really frustrating. We'll look towards 2013 and try to put something together, and who knows.
You look at a young competitor like Joey McComb, believe it or not, 45 races under his NASCAR career belts, and just a driver who loves to be out on the racetrack, doesn't have the biggest of budgets, and that's what he's alluding to there.
Well, it's tough front to back in this deal. You got to finish the race before you can finish first, and Joey's had some real bad luck this year.
Sure has. Big lead, though, for the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick on cruise control, and he's led 639 laps all season long, including today. He's second to DJ Kennington, who's led a total of 641. But the difference between those two drivers, Kennington has 6 wins, J.R. Fitzpatrick has 2.
Certainly been a competitive year, but you got to remember the 17 and the 84, fierce competitors and best of friends.
Yeah, off the racetrack. You have to underline that part. Now we'll ride on board with DJ Kennington. Watch him at work.
Wow, his hands were just calm on the steering wheel. It tells you how good the car is working. Look at that, right around the hook. A little bit of movement to left front, so just a hair loose up off the corner, but loose is fast.
Now, Billy, we've seen the racetracks around the country, Barrie Speedway, Riverside, these tight little racy tracks as we watch this battle for 15th spot. How physically demanding is a place like Kawartha on a driver?
Well, it's got just enough banking that you can carry just a little extra speed. So, your neck and your shoulders take a little more of a beating. But these new self-contained seats and all the harnesses, these cars are pretty easy to drive.
Now you see the field going around the 82 of Dave Connolly. Ray McCaughey crew chiefing that car here today. That's a familiar name to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
Another guy with a lot of experience. He's been with some pretty big name teams, and he's helping out Connolly today because, you know what? He needed some help.
Yeah, he put the call out, and Ray is trying to do his best with a one-day wonder. Almost 3 wide off of turn number 4. Everybody drops in single file, but Andrew Ranger falling back just a little bit. Big pressure now from the 22 of Scott Steckley. Hard to believe that car was backed into the turn 1 wall in practice earlier today.
Black Crew's super experienced. Cousin Randy on the welder. Got a fresh bumper, set of braces put in it. New bumper cover, and she was ready to rock and roll. And looks like it's not going to miss a beat. Third, not so bad with a wrecked race car.
Absolutely. Got a little bit crossways, though. Maybe off the bumper of the 17 to DJ Kennington. Your champion in waiting is not waiting for anything to happen. He wants to get up and go.
Well, I talked to DJ earlier in the day and with Dave White, and we talked about scenarios and just having fun, right? Because they're the guys in the catbird seat. But I told him you can't change what you do because if you back off, stuff happens. He's got to run the car like he's running every race up till now. And he giggled and agreed. He says, obviously, we're just going to take it, but we would like to get that 7th win.
Oh, I'm sure he would. You saw a quick ride along with the 27 of Andrew Ranger as they work around the 29 of Ray Courtemanche Jr. Now we ride on board with Courtemanche.
Well, his hands are a little busier. See how he let go of the steering wheel and got a second grip? Some guys like to do that. I like to have a death grip on it, make sure I got a whole handful of steering wheel.
So now single file as everybody chases a leader, but J.R. Fitzpatrick nearly has a set of corners on this battle for second spot. Now you see it's all these cars in your picture frame are battling for position, as are these drivers. So 5 of Noel Dowler and the 81 of Larry Jackson. That's a battle for 16th. 5 cars, brother Adam been helping out, likes to race the dirt late model, so big family effort for the Dowler side.
Well, the young fella's had a pretty up and down season, but all said and done, he's been fairly clean all year. 3rd place at Barrie, he must know what he's doing a little bit. Pretty tough joint to get a top 5.
Absolutely, and learning a lot each time he's sitting in that race car in the Emco Dodge. That's still a battle for second spot. You looked at a little bump now from the 23 of Lapsevich as he moves the 60 Mopar Dodge of Ron Beauchamp's 7th position changing hands.
Wow, a little how's she going coming up off the corner, and he got the spot. That car is bad loose on corner entry. They got to get the 60 to pit road when the time comes, because we'll talk about those strategies as well. But he's got to get that car tightened up.
Seems like once you open that door, though, a lot of other cars are able to come through. You saw Stephen Matthews hard on the brakes to avoid the 60 Dodge of Ron Beauchamp Jr. Now the Bill Matthews Motors Ford, the 15, sitting right in behind.
J.R. Fitzpatrick doing exactly what he needs to do. Got that car out in clean air, leading laps, setting them down every time right on the mark. The young fella can get the job done.
Taking a look at NASCAR timing and scoring, about a 5-second lead now over the second place battle, led by the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Caution will come out. The 56 of Howie Skinnell goes around off of turn 4, and that is right in front of the entire field.
Wow, that could have been big right there. Took a look up, the 22, the 17, they're all right there.
Anytime you're looking up and cars are coming off at turn number 4, straight at your door is never a good day. We'll have another look at what triggered it.
Oh, Howie just all by himself, come up off the corner, get out from underneath him, and he locked it down to keep it out of the fence.
So caution for the second time today, and now pit stop time.
Well, Dave, let the strategies begin. They'll stop for fuel because now they're in their window.
60 car making a stop. It'll be adjustments on both the left and right rear to improve the handling and also fuel this time by.
And Hathaway is going to beat the gang out. The 0-2 of Mark Dilley. And look at the rounds going into the 56 of Howie Skinnell. Everybody trying to make changes to catch that man. Your race leader, J.R. Fitzpatrick, here at Kawartha. 84 machine of J.R. Fitzpatrick has led the Pinty's 250 here at Kawartha Speedway since the drop of the green flag. He has been the car to beat. VTEC free pass this time going to the 81 of Larry Jackson as the green flag waves. Once again, we're back underway.
And one more time, J.R. Fitzpatrick right around the bottom of the corner. Look at the drive he's getting off of turn 2.
And this time, Scott Steckley will hold in that battle with the 27. Andrew Ranger, now Pete Shepard joining that fight as well. You remember Pete Shepard got his first ever NASCAR Canadian Tire Series win right here at Kawartha a number of years ago.
Well, the outside line's not coming in yet. It will come in later. This place will rubber up, and that outside groove will really start to work well. But right now, right around the bottom of the hook is the quick way.
Most importantly, you see the shadows getting a little bit longer. The sun has started to go down. And what's that going to do to change this racetrack, really?
Well, most racetracks tighten up, and this place has got a little bit of banking in it, so it actually could loosen up a little because the speeds go up.
Still should mention, too, the 44 of Jared Whistle hauling all the way from Calgary, Alberta, still on pit road, and he needs those oval laps. A big crash here on lap number 9 has really damaged that race car.
Well, he got caught up in that bad one in turn 1, but, you know, they're going to get it back together because he came to get seat time, so you might as well fix it and go out and get that.
And pick up some points, too, as everybody is, but look at the 22 Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley able to hang on the back bumper of the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. For the first time this afternoon, the 84 is being pressured.
Well, as the sun goes down, as they say, things pick up.
Saw a quick glimpse of the 90 of Martin Owa. Just jumping into that fray as the 17 of Kennington ducks underneath the 27 of Andrew Ranger. There is Owa now battling with Ranger. Couple of Quebec natives running nose to tail, battle for 5th spot.
Well, the 90 cars had a great season, in my opinion. You know, and you know what? And I think part of it is because these cars do move around quite a bit, and his dirt experience allows him to feel what these cars do. The second best thing, Mario Goslin on the pit box.
Yeah, he's really helped that team and helped the learning curve go quite well this year for the number 90 team as we ride on board the 23 Tim Hortons Dodge of Jeff Lapsevich. Look at Andrew Ranger, though. He knows he's got some issues. Might have some handling problems with that 27 car. Not quite as quick as he was going a little bit earlier on. He backs off, cools things down, settles himself, and gets back at it.
Very poised. You know, we've seen it on the road courses, but he's brought his A game to the oval here today.
You know what, Bill, looking around this beautiful facility, you have to give a shout out to to Derek Lynch and his crew, Dave Middleton, Kate Lynch. They really have rolled out the welcome mat for the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
Well, every time we come here for the season finale, the place is dressed up. Lots of stuff going on. They've got all the trailers set up. There's interaction all over the place. They do a marvelous job.
And the part they don't have to worry about, the race on track. These drivers are taking care of that. And look at this tight battle for the lead as we look back now to a dice for 12th spot between the 60 of Ryan Beauchamp and the 15 of Steve Matthews. The Ford's going to get the spot, but the Dodge comes back strong on the outside.
Ron Beauchamp Jr. has made a pit stop, and it looks like they've got it tightened up a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see how that car comes back in.
Well, the 15 of Matthews also made a quick pit stop, taking on left side tires, so holding off but putting on the right sides. But you're right, both drivers off sequence to the leader, so we'll see how that plays out.
Well, crew chiefs will just be playing both ends of the stick, trying to figure out how far they can stretch fuel. You know, with the weather earlier, they were looking at that, but now the skies are clear, and now they'll be looking at, can we keep the right sides for the last 75 laps?
Watching the race from high above Kawartha Speedway, and the Pinty's wingman Cam. And you can see the lead that J.R. Fitzpatrick had is no more. Scott Steckley is well within striking distance, as is the 7 of Pete Shepard and the 17 of DJ Kennington.
It's the TSN Stock Car presence on the pit box. Don Thompson Jr. knows how to get the job done as a driver. Now he's mentoring this young fella, and I know there's a lot of respect between the two of them.
Yeah, but you know what he needs to here today? We talked about it off the top of the show. He needs to win the race. He needs to lead the most laps and get all the bonus points he can. But he also needs DJ Kennington to have some bad luck today. And that's not happening, at least not yet. DJ Kennington comfortably inside the top 5.
Oh, we got a car off the pace off of turn 4.
Yeah, that's the 11 of Mike Schultz. Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, slow down the front straightaway. No caution yet as the field continues under green. Now on board the 22 of Scott Steckley.
Steckley sawing on that steering wheel on corner entry. Not so bad corner exit, but on corner entry, a lot of steering wheel input.
Working around the 81 of Larry Jackson, currently in 17th position, going a lap down to the leaders, and J.R. Fitzpatrick still holds court at the top of the heat. There's the 47 of LP Dumoulin battling with the 5. Emco Dodge of Noel Dowler, and the Emco name will be back on that team for next year in 2013.
All set and good to go for 2013.
He's back on the track, the 24 of Max Pappas in 24th position. 27 laps lost, changing that rear axle for that team, but he's quick.
Oh, he's having fun for sure. The car's handling well, and he's certainly giving it a good ride, but he'll be respectful. He knows he's 27 laps now.
Yeah, he's not going to mix it up with the leaders. He's a veteran race car driver. Doesn't matter what series you're from, you know the basics of stock car racing etiquette. That'll come into play here today.
Steckley get after that big 22 power plant up off the corner. It seems to be running very well, but you look at his hands on corner entry, just a little bit of a double turn, so just not quite right, but still very fast. Obviously running second to the 84.
Able to close the gap, though, on J.R. Fitzpatrick as they work into lap traffic. The 82 of Dave Connolly, who is in 19th position. Big wreck up in turn 1, the 5. And we got more wrecking happening behind the scene. The 7 of Pete Shepard goes around. He was sitting in 3rd spot.
Now when stuff happens, it just keeps happening. I'll tell you, things happen quick here at Kawartha Speedway.
Well, Shepard's going to have to find a hole. You see some damage to the 47 of LP Dumoulin. In order to avoid going a lap down for Pete Shepard, let's run on board the 60 of Beauchamp.
Oh, there we get a good feel. The 47 gets under the 60 going into turn 1. There's some contact, and the 5 has no place to go.
Now we'll see what happened with Courtemanche and the 7 of Shepard. Looks like Courtemanche just didn't get slowed up in time and hung it to the left and got into the 7.
Now the big guys are all coming to pit road. They didn't pit the first time. Now they're coming down to start their strategy.
Steckley was in 2nd spot, fueled his first pit stop. Remember, the cars will probably go around one more time and pick up some tires. J.R. Fitzpatrick now down pit lane as your leader comes to his pit box. Todd is standing by. Todd?
84-year leader along pit road for the first time. A smooth fuel stop first is what they want. They will be back for tires. Right side Goodyears for the 17 of DJ Kennington. That stop also smooth so far.
DJ Kennington dropped it down, and it looked like he almost stalled the Castrol Edge Dodge. Some right side tires for that team as the work continues now on the 90 of Marte Edouin, the 21 of Jason White, the Bowers and Wilkins Dodge Challenger. There's the 3 car of Jason Hathaway, who is your leader right now as pit stop rotations have gone through as Steckley comes in for some left side rubber.
All kinds of strategy going on here, Dave. The 17 car takes right side tires. Right side's going on the 23. We've seen lefts going on the 22. All kinds of action. And Kennington comes back down to put on the left side tires.
And the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick also down pit lane. He'll get some left side tires. He also took on a load of fuel that last stop. There goes Steckley. So Steckley will likely be your leader, and a slow stop for the 17 of DJ Kennington. So we'll have to reset these positions. We do know Jason Hathaway is your leader. Welcome back to the third restart of the evening of the Pinty's 250 here at Kawartha Speedway, and the finale for the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series in 2012. Working lap 126. We can tell you that the VTEC free pass going to the 81 of Larry Jackson during that caution. But it is the 3 of Jason Hathaway, the 15 of Stephen Matthews. A couple of drivers playing their strategy game. Fuel only for the 3 of Hathaway. Left side tires for the 15 as we go back to green.
Wow, just look back and forth, and there's the 27 car digging for the front as well.
Got to give a shout out to the 07 of Isabelle Tremblay sitting in third spot. She is having a dynamite year so far. Very, very solid in the limited number of races she's run as we have the Tim Hortons halfway update. Only 2 leaders, and we've had 3 cautions slowed the field for 27 laps so far this afternoon. But look at this action heating up midway through the field. Your early race leader was the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Now he's mired in the thick of it.
Oh, you see the 02 of Dilly, 17 DJ Kennington, all in heavy, heavy traffic.
Love that speed shot. Now Fitzpatrick will dive underneath the WeatherTech.ca number 47. LP Dumoulin, the snap-on dodge zone, continues to pace the pack. Now Mark Dilley will take advantage of that open hole and put the Beyond Digital Imaging Ford up inside the top 5. DJ Kennington, your points leader, mired back in traffic. We've stressed this a number of times. He has to keep his nose clean today.
Well, that's the real scare when you make your pit stop and half the field doesn't stop. That does put you back in the bee's nest, as they say.
Yeah, he's still running inside the top 10 as the 84 Fitzpatrick goes to the inside of the 15 and steals the spot away from Stephen Matthews, and then Matthews promptly closes the door.
Everybody no pressure.
Now these drivers have a little bit of a history. Remember back to Barry, the 22 and the 15 got together in the final few laps, and then the 15 got, or the 27 I should say, got together with the 84 in the final corners. Fitzpatrick goes back to the top of the heap. The Equipment Express Chevy back to the lead.
Don Thompson Jr. made some changes to that race car. We heard JR tell us about it up at the top of the show, and that thing just goes right around the bottom. Look at that, right on the white line, all the way around the corner.
Yeah, with 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the 84 team compared to 0 for the 3 team has to make J.R. Fitzpatrick feel a little bit like Superman.
Well, there's a big difference on fresh sneakers, that's for sure. The 3 car has made their bed. They took a shot at it. Now they got to live through it and hope the strategy pays out at the end of the race.
Well, Leland Industries 0-2 of Mark Dilley just ahead of this battle here between the 17 of DJ Kennington. Oh, a little crossways for the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Sneaking in is the 7 of Pete Shepard. Now the 84, the 22, the 17, and the 7. Those were all your front runners before we went to that last caution. They're all good to go as far as pit strategy goes. That means they've got all their tires and their fuel. As this on the 11 car. Mike Scholl slow on the inside, and caution will wave. This time by, you see the field roll up down the front straightaway. Sean Gibbs waving the yellow, and it is is for the 11 of Schultz, who was slow down the back straightaway and not enough steam to get back to pit lane.
Well, Schultz, all the way from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, has had a tough day right from the get-go.
And it looks like he will finish the 2012 season 11th in points. Started every single race this year, so you know what? Didn't do all that badly, all things considered. But another chance for pit stops as a 27 Andrew Ranger will find his box and hit his mark. Stop.
Scheduled final stop for the 27 car. Right side Goodyear's will complete his scheduled stops. You can see the Goodyear markings, guys, on the left side have already been rubbed off on the rear.
Little close racing for the driver, the JCMI Dodge, and more chassis adjustments for the 21 Bowers and Wilkins Dodge. Jason White, the hood comes off, and there goes right sides on the 5 car. Noel Dowler, Derek White in the 99 also down pit lane. But once again, a familiar face at the top of the heat. The 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick leads the Pinty's 250. You ever dreamt about having your name on a... Well, the sun is slowly setting here in the Kawartha Lakes region of Ontario as the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series finishes up their season here in the Pinty's 250. J.R. Fitzpatrick leads and has led for 132 of the 145 laps raced so far today. Look at this restart. What a mess.
There's the game that is not a lot of fun to play right there. The 3 car is yet to stop for tires, and I'll tell you, on a restart, when you got them old Goodyears on there and the rest of the boys got the fresh ones, it's a pretty bad game to play because now he's in his bed, he's got to go for it. And here's what they're thinking, and I'm just guessing. They thought they could get a little further into the race without a caution and then get fresh Goodyears. Well, he's in trouble. He's made his bed. And let's see how it plays out for young Hathaway today.
Well, the longer you go, as you mentioned, then you take advantage of the cars who have gone a lap down. You get to restart ahead of them if you make that pit stop. So, you know, you roll the dice. If it plays out in your favor, it's a great move. If it doesn't, well, you may find yourself in the thick of things as Jason Hathaway is right now.
Well, Jason's fighting for spots right now. He's in there wheeling that 3 car pretty hard, trying to keep up. But he's under fire now from the 90 and the 17.
Martin Awan, as we ride on board the 17 of DJ Kennington. 8th position is where the 17 car is. Dave White, the crew chief, has that car tuned up just right. And talking to DJ Kennington earlier on this afternoon, he says, you know what, this car isn't the fastest out of the gate, but it's consistent, and that's what I love.
Well, in a long race, DJ said it best. I'd rather run 15 O's all day long and have no fall off rather than have the missile for the first 50 and then the slug for the last 100.
On board the 21 Bowers and Wilkins Dodge of Jason White. Sitting in 12th position. You just hear that motor sing. This track is awesome because you really can roll it through the corners. You just let the car float.
Well, the trick here is to, you know, let it float on into the corner and roll the middle and then pick the throttle up, and it really hauls the mail down the backstretch.
Once again, though, this battle for the lead is heating up. Look at Steckley poking a nose underneath the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is really coming under fire for the first time here this evening.
Well, this is a movie we've seen a couple times, well, several times this year, when J.R. has the class of the field, and then when the sun goes down, the car is just off just a tick, and he comes under fire from the rest of the field.
He just made his pit stop. The 27 of Andrew Ranger working around the 89 of Donald Chisholm. In 9th position now is the JCMI Dodge. And Andrew Ranger must love that feeling. He was hanging on to that race car before, but look at him. He's able to gap the 89 of Chisholm.
Fresh Goodyears will give you that Superman feel for sure. We haven't talked much about the 02 of Dilly. That car is running very well once again today.
A lot of people helping out that team, Part Source and Leland Industries, along with BDI. And Mark Dilly and Kerry Mix, two formidable foes, have battled nose-to-nose for years, but have come together and they've really made this work.
Well, the neat thing about why it works is it's 2 crews, 2 crew chiefs. Reno Martinari over there got a ton of experience with Mark, and you know what? They put those 2 crews together, and look how well prepared these cars are week in and week out.
And Mark Dilly had a season-high second in Saskatoon. The 7 of Pete Shepard will steal away a spot, though, as the 2 car stuffed up in the high lane, and he's going to go backwards for a little bit, dropping from 3rd place, and it looks like he's going to settle in 5th. Then the 17's not going to let that happen as DJ Kennington will nose him up out of the way, and the 90 of Martin Owa also going through.
Well, Mark got hung up on the outside there and lost a couple spots, and he'll settle in behind the 17.
Now, side by side for the race lead, the Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley. Up to the inside of the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick able to hang on the outside, though. That car seems to be working out there just fine.
Wow, look at the run. J.R. got off the top, and he's not going to panic. He knows he's got a slow car on the inside. Uses a pick right there and gets Steckley back in line.
Good move by Eli Arsenault. He's 12 laps down in 23rd after getting caught up in that earlier race incident. The 97 of Hugo Vanini will also do the heads-up thing. Let the leaders go by. He doesn't want to play a role in the outcome of this one as the 22 of Scott Steckley continues to turn up the heat on the 84. On board the 29 of Ray Courtemanche Jr. as the leaders go by around on the outside, but the 3-car Jason Hathaway yet to hit pit lane. Todd, maybe give us a heads up. What's going on?
During the next caution period, the 3 team will be in for these 4 fresh Goodyears. This team has waited for fresh tires, figuring it will help them in the end. We're now less than 100 laps remaining in the event, however. Will it be too late for Jason Hathaway to take advantage of the fresh rubber?
Well, he's still hanging inside the top 10, battling with Donald Chisholm for 9th spot. Billy, I guess sometimes when it's not working, you got to change things up.
Well, that's what crew chiefs are good at. You know, if you follow the leader, then you're going to follow the leader all night long. I don't mind their strategy because I'll tell you, this racetrack likes new tires. So if he can get them on there with 50 to 75 to go, he'll be a pretty quick cat.
Absolutely, and this field gets spread out pretty easily as well as the 44 of Jared Whistle ducks to the inside. You see that car looking more like a modified. No fenders, no hood, a little bit beat up. Another car around, though. The 47 of Dumoulin goes around. Caution flag waves once again here in the Pinty's 250. And Dumoulin able to refire and get that thing going ahead of the leaders.
Well, down into turn 3, on board with the Tim Hortons car. Oh, the 15 of Matthews helps the 47 out.
And Dumoulin almost hung on to that one, but couldn't quite. As the 15 of Stephen Matthews heads down pit lane, he'll get some right side tires, and also down pit lane is the 3 of Jason Hathaway. Todd?
The 3 team happy for the caution period as he eases that Dodge along pit road. Right side tires first time by. They'll make another stop and bring it back for left side.
See the view from the Rockstar Energy Drink crew cam as the crew goes to work on the right side tires, and Hathaway down and away. He'll be back for left side tires.
Lots of work going on pit road as right sides go on the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr.
There's a team that much needed some new Goodyear Eagles, as well as the field once again circles Kawartha Speedway under caution, and J.R. Fitzpatrick continues to be your leader. Whoever dreamt about having your name on a race car. Welcome back to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series finale race from Kawartha Speedway. J.R. Fitzpatrick leads the Pinty's 250 as we get ready for the restart here on lap 178. See if Scott Steckley can do anything up on the outside this time. He's been able to hang with the 84, but J.R. Fitzpatrick jumps on the gas early. Green flag waves.
Steckley drives it in on the outside, trying to pin him down. It's kind of a neat move later on in the race. You get that car out the outside, you can pin the guy down, and he can't go. But J.R. Fitzpatrick, one more time, gets a great drive off of turn 2.
You know, I'm watching the 90 of Martin Owa, the Gamache Truck Center's Dodge Challenger. Talked to him earlier on this afternoon, and he's super excited to be running up on the front. He says, soon, I'll be able to finish in the top 5. And I said, soon, you'll be able to win one of these things the way you've been running.
I agree that he's just made great strides this season. Usually when the guys join this travel and roadshow, they struggle a little bit. But this guy has picked it up very quickly. And again, I'll say a lot of that goes to having Mario Goslin on the pit box and his dirt experience. Because dirt experience gives you the seat of the pants feel.
Another driver who's done some dirt driving is the 27 of Andrew Ranger as he pulls alongside and then goes on by the 90 of Martin Owa. Have a listen to Andrew Ranger feathering the throttle.
Martin's going to want us to stop talking about him. He was running the top 5. We started talking and he sunk a couple, but he's doing a good job.
You know who's risen, though, is the 7 of Pete Shepard. Wasn't too long ago. He was sitting backwards in turn number 1. And now the national exhaust, number 7, back up inside the top 3. Little bit of smoke showing from that car, though.
Down into turn 1 every time, and I seen it there in turn 3. Whoa, the 3 gets in the back of the 15, and around he goes.
And Stephen Matthews gets a hit in the driver's door from the EPCO Dodge of Noel Dowler.
And for the second time tonight, Noel Dowler gets caught up in something that was none of his doing.
Yeah, just nowhere to go, and you see big damage to both those race cars. The 15 able to drive away, not true for the 5 of Noel Dowler. You see the trail of fluid going down the banking here at Kawartha Speedway. Let's have another look.
Down into turn 3, racing for spots. The 3 just nips him in the left rear, and around he goes. And Noel is already committed to the inside of the racetrack.
Yeah, it looks like the 3 got a run. We'll ride on board with Noel Dowler. Have a look at this finishes. That's a hard hit.
Hard impact, Dave. I'm telling you, it's pretty tough on the young fella from Alberta. He's been just wanting to get through the whole season without a whole bunch of trouble. And once again, he takes up a Toro race car back to the race shop.
Now you can see the window net is down. His attitude inside that race car, dejected to say the least. So we continue under caution here at Kawartha Speedway, and J.R. Fitzpatrick continues at the front.